Hello, hello. I'm Daniel,
And I'm Chelsea.
and we're back with another episode of Launch Codes Football. Pollen's kicking my behind out in San Antonio, and Chelsea's pumped up for not pro football, but for college football. Yeah, show that shit now. Just show it out.
Yeah, if you
Um,
guys are watching on video, I have my Big Ten victory
mm,
sweatshirt on today for IU. So
yeah,
here's to hoping tonight goes well.
and then support.
Please, just let me have this.
It's,
I've been through so much sports heartbreak in the last 3 years. Like I had
yeah.
Halliburton out, Caitlin Clark out, Daniel Jones out. I suffered through the Cubs not winning for 106 years until 2016. I watched Purdue lose to St. Peter's and then lose the national championship a couple years later. Like, can I just have this,
No,
please? I'm not asking a lot. I mean,
no. Um, and support. I'm wearing my own nothing. It's a Greensboro Folk Festival shirt. I miss home. But I feel like you perfectly described what Buffalo Bills fans felt after this past weekend. Like the divisional round. I'm not saying it was as crazy as the wild card round because it wasn't half the games weren't really that close.
yeah.
But in terms of hectic and just heartbreak, man, and let's just get off the top. Let's just start off at the top of the first game, which probably I would say was probably the best game.
Probably the best. Yeah.
Um, Somehow a game that both teams lost. The Bills losing overtime to the Denver Broncos, and for once again, Josh Allen doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. He's 0-7 in overtime games. I don't know how that's possible. And the thing is, in the past, it's been, oh, the team let down Allen, or oh, it's 1, 2 plays that could have gone their way. Josh Allen didn't play good. He didn't play that well. And I like to point out that you said like, oh, you picked like before last week, you said, oh, I can't believe they're going against Josh Allen. He's the best quarterback. I'm going to go with I know Denver's
He didn't
defense.
play like it in fairness, but
He
normally he would have been.
no, but that's I guess my thing is like the number one defense versus the number one quarterback. I'm probably going to lean towards the defense. Granted, that being said, half of those turnovers was just like Allen, like the fumble at the end of the first half was that's a rookie turnover. That's a turnover you making like you expect like a Shador Sanders or a Dylan Gabriel or a Cam Ward to make that turnover.
Yeah,
Th
that's the kind of turnover I would make.
that's a turnover Allen made like in his first year, like when he was just a gunslinger. It was so weird to watch him play this kind of rookie season kind of game. That's
It's
the best
like
way to
he
describe
was
it.
playing with the weight of what it meant to be in this playoffs on his shoulders. You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah.
I fear that he's never going to live this loss down, especially considering the way he performed. I mean, we all know that Mahomes, Jackson, and Burrow were none of them made it to the playoffs. So
Yeah.
this was his chance. And that is not to say that quarterbacks like Bo Nix and Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert and others are bad because they aren't. Like those are really good quarterbacks.
But then
But the cream,
MVPs.
right. But the cream of the crop is Mahomes, Jackson, and Burrow, at least the past couple of years, and then Josh Allen. Man, I mean, it's just, yeah, he's gonna be. I don't think he's ever gonna be able to live this down in regards to his playoff record, in regards to making Super Bowls, in regards to any of that, because a lot of this game fell on his shoulders. And I mean, you saw in his post game conference, I mean, bro was crying in front of national media. I mean, he knew. It's like he was
Yeah.
carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. And when you try to do that more often than not, I'd say the vast majority, if not all the time, you're going to crumble because humans aren't meant to carry all of that. So,
And saying it's like Cook had a fumble in the game, but Cook had over 100 rushing yards. They were moving the football outside of him just well.
yeah,
And I say I
he
have to,
he does have a fumbling problem though. I mean, that's
yeah.
kind of
Oh no, he
another
does. He's
storyline, but that game was not on him.
no. Yeah, but Cooks definitely have a fumbling problem. Also, wasn't even just turnovers. He missed receivers. Allen missed
It
what's it
was
not?
weird.
It was Knox or Kincaid, the tight end at the end of the game that would have probably and
Yep.
not scored a touchdown, put them in like within like the 5 yard line.
Bro was wide open. I looked at my husband. I was like, did he just miss that?
It
Like,
was
are my eyes deceiving me? Because there's no way that just happened.
and then I give credit is to him to one player. Bo Nix played like the best quarterback this week, easily. He looked. outside of a third quarter where he kind of really couldn't move the ball whatsoever, the first, second, and fourth quarter and overtime, he was making great decisions. He was moving the ball well. He had, I think, one turnover, I want to say, one bad pick, which again,
Yeah, I think he had
Mahomes,
one.
Allen immediately threw a pick back on the next
I
drive.
know. I was like, dude, are you kidding me?
So Knicks, I give credit to Sean Payton. I give credit to that Denver team. I give credit to Bo Nix. Bo Nix played like there's always been a question mark on Bo Nix. He's all right. He's decent. It's how much is his coaching carrying him? How much is his defense carrying him? The defense caused 5 turnovers. That's something. How much like this isn't like he's always been like kind of more of a young Russell Wilson, a young Ben Roethlisberger, which is he or Tom Brady. He's being carried by parts around him. And he's just asked to do a little, just enough. He won the game for them. He stepped up and made the plays to win the game for them. He went down and scored the game-winning touchdown before, of course, Allen got the ball and tied it up, go and send overtime. Bo Nix played like the best quarterback in football this past weekend, and it's just so painful that we're not going to see him anymore because he broke his ankle on the final drive.
Bro, like,
I
are
feel
we
so bad for
kidding?
Denver
How
fans who
do
just
both
like,
teams manage to lose this game? Like, that's crazy.
how does Denver fans go from the highs of the highs? I don't think they got a full half an hour just to be happy. I think
Bro,
because
I
that.
was reading their subreddit. They were like, woohoo, we won. And then half an hour later, they were like, why is this our life?
So Jared Stidham now is facing his old team in New England. I think they said he hasn't thrown a pass in a regular football game since 2023, I believe. He is facing his old team. He is, I think, he might have been he's a Super Bowl champion because I think he was a backup on one of those teams. Just
He's cooked. They're
why?
cooked. I'm sorry. I don't care that Stidham was on the Patriots. I don't care that Stidham is a veteran. I don't even care that Sam Ellinger, who used to be the Colts backup, is the third string now backup quarterback on the Broncos. The Broncos are cooked without Bo Nix.
I
They're not
will,
winning this game.
I
Even
will,
with that defense, they're not winning this game.
I will say one thing. There's been the two biggest examples of a quarterback goes down and their team and they're still able to win Super Bowl is Jeff Hostetler with the Giants' second Super Bowl in '90, and then Nick Foles a few years back when the Eagles' first Super Bowl win.
But see, here's the thing about that Eagles game. That Eagles team had a well-rounded offense. The Broncos don't have a running game. J.K. Dobbins is out. Their rookie is okay. I mean, he's fine. But if
Yeah,
you're going to put all of the pressure on a rookie running back in the AFC Championship to make up for any deficiencies of Jared Stidham, that's just not going to go well. It's not.
it's painful. And I guess in terms of talk about the Eagles team, that Giants team in the early '90s, that was a team with a dominant defense, a coaching staff with Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. So you're going to every game with the smartest people in the room, and a veteran running back who's just a workhorse and Otis Anderson. So
Yeah.
I
And you know,
still
there is
hope.
a small part of me that's like, wow, poor Broncos fans, but you know what? The rest of me says, oh well, because you try to claim Peyton Manning and Peyton Manning is not yours. So,
Oh my goodness.
I will say it really is unfortunate that he got
Yeah,
hurt though, because I would rather see the Broncos lose at full strength to
they're
a
having
better team
they're having an
than
excuse.
have Stidham in and not really have a chance. I mean, I don't ever, endorse the injury of players
Yeah.
or get happy over that, but like if they're gonna lose, I'd rather them lose at full strength. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Where it's an entertaining game and you have a back and forth type scenario. You hate to see that he got hurt. I mean, I actually like Bo Nix. I watched Bo Nix in college, and a lot of people thought that he was not going to be all that when he came out. And I was like, I don't agree. It might take him a bit, but I think he's going to be pretty good. And generally speaking, he has been. So I actually like him. It's a shame what happened, but I don't really like the Broncos, but I don't like the Patriots either. So like it
Yeah.
was a lose-lose situation for the Bills and the Broncos. It's a lose-lose situation for Chelsea when it's the Broncos and the Patriots because I don't want to see like as my father would say, I would like to watch them both lose equally.
Well, unfortunately, one of them's going to win next week or this
I
week
know.
because the first game of the Sunday slate, a snow-driven football game where up in Foxborough with New England. I can't say they really dominated that game
They
because
did not.
it,
They
it was
both looked
it
terrible.
was honestly who wants the game less, and CJ Stroud said no one wants this game less than I do. Four
They
picks.
both looked, both teams looked horrible. Like, I'm sorry. They both looked awful.
It was
Both
not.
offenses.
It was not a. I would say both offense. How much was it? Okay, how much of this was just the weather combined with adopt two really great defenses, and how much of this was because Drake May didn't have a best game in the wild card game, and CJ Stroud basically all he had to do was breathe against Pittsburgh, and he was going to win the game.
Yeah.
So I'm
This was just a pathetic game. I was watching this game and I was like, oh, a turnover. And then I like looked down and like was watching like some YouTube or something on my phone. I was like, oh, a turnover. Then I went back, oh, a turn. It's like every 5 minutes there was a turnover happening. This was just a pathetic performance by both offenses. I mean, the Texans, it was worse, obviously. I mean,
clearly
I saw a meme. It was like CJ Stroud was trying to channel his inner Trevor Lawrence against the Chargers. It didn't work.
it was
It
just
it 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 did not work.
we have to seriously
It didn't.
consider like is CJ Stroud like we have to put him start not put him on fraud watch, but him and Justin Herbert has to seriously start looking at are
I
these
think
guys.
Herbert's better right now. I don't really think it's
I'm
close.
talking about more in the playoffs because Herbert is historically bad in playoffs, and Stroud has not been that
That's
good in
true.
playoffs. So I'm looking at both these quarterbacks like there's something up with these guys because
Man,
they're supposed to be the guys.
I'll tell you what. I was watching the halftime show for this game, and they were talking about whether or not CJ Stroud should come out this and play in this game. Like they were deliberating bringing Davis Mills in.
Why
That's how
not?
bad it was. I mean, at that rate, could you get any worse than four interceptions in the first half? I mean, I really don't think you could. The Texans just have issues. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. I mean, obviously, not having Nico Collins. I mean, before they lost Dalton Schultz and before they had injuries to other players during this game, I already didn't think they were going to win because they didn't have Nico Collins to begin with. Because he's the linchpin of that offense. Like, he is the only elite player that they have, not counting CJ Stroud when he's on that offense. Like, they haven't gotten Tank Dell back for forever. They have all these rookie
Yeah.
receivers who have drop issues. Christian Kirk is okay. I mean, Nico Collins is really the guy. And I was like, okay, with him not being in this game against a also very good defense with the Texans, I was like, I don't foresee them winning this game. And their running game is not impressive either. I mean, at one point, like Woody Marks had what, like 14 carries for 11 yards or something like that. Like it was bad. I told Conlon, I was like, I bet if I carried the ball 14 times, bet I could get close to, or above 11 yards. And he was like, I don't agree,
You'll fumble.
which that's fair. But no, this was just, yeah. And, like I've said, everyone wanted to crap on the Colts for their first 8 games of playing nobodies. We're watching Drake May play teams with good defenses, and he's not looking particularly impressive. And that is not me saying that because I don't think he's a good quarterback. I do. Like, I actually think he's a good quarterback. I'm just saying now he's finally playing, some top defenses in football. I mean, it's not like he's lighting it up. I feel like the actual score of the game makes it look like it was not as close as it actually was. Like their defense played a huge role in this game, setting them up with good field positions and things of that nature. I mean, New England turned it over 3 times. It just wasn't 5 times like Houston, so they won. I mean, I don't know. I'll be interested to see how May plays against the Broncos because I think the Texans defense is just slightly better than the Broncos defense. But the Broncos, I mean, they're the real deal too, and they're going to be at Mile High as well. Now, are they going to win that game? Probably not, just because they don't have Bo Nix. But if they did have Bo Nix, would you be taking the Patriots in this game after these first 2 playoff performances? Because honestly, I don't know if I would.
Okay, I have three things here to say. First of all, that booty catch, wow, that's a phrase, was one of the best catches of the year easily. That was just a big time catch late in the game to put them up well beyond means of reach. Second thing is I'll say this in terms of the Patriots. I'll say they even though May has struggled a bit, there's still times where I've seen hints of the old Drake at the old Drake May, but regular season Drake May, MVP candidate Drake May.
I
This is
agree.
this is his first playoff run. I didn't expect him to come out like gangbusters, coming out looking like Joe Montana, Eli Manning during his postseason runs. I didn't expect to see any of that. I expect to see some, him. He's gonna mess up, especially when you go against three of the best defenses and three of the best coaches at this point. Because he's Harbaugh with the Chargers, you have D'Amico Ryan with the Texans, and now you go get Sean Payton with the Broncos. And I think that goes to my last point is I don't think this is just a depth that Patriots going to the Super Bowl. I know it's crazy. I know Stidham is still like hasn't thrown pass since like in like a few years. He's still one of the higher paid backups in the league. He's still someone that I don't expect to have 5 turnovers in a game. As much as I think even if you think he's not going to be that good, I don't expect him to look like just look like Jameis Winston in Tampa, like him turning the ball over every time he throws the football. Yeah, I think Sean Payton can create a game plan. He's a veteran coach, and he's one of the best coaches in the past, 15 years. I expect him to set Stidham up for success. I don't see him having like a 6 turnover game. I don't see him having a 6 touchdown pass game. I can see them doing a lot of controlling the football, managing the clock, trying to make sure keep the ball out of Drake May's hand. Sean Payton is a disciple of Bill Parcells. That's how Parcells won the Super Bowl against the Buffalo Bills. Sorry, Buffalo fans again in 1990. Because they just basically controlled the clock the entire game and said, we're not just going to let this K gun offense with Hall of Famers on the offense just score 40 on us. So I think Sean Payton knows enough to we're not going to let them control the football. We're not going to give them like 30 minutes of possession time. Our defense is still dominant. Our defense is still a team that can turn the ball over, that can still knock you out if you have to. I have a big question about the Patriots' offensive line because Drake May has been getting hit like crazy the past 2 weeks, and I just thought the line was more of a strength. But I think this is going to be a close game. I don't. New England's his favorite, but if Denver wins, I would not be surprised.
Okay, so here's my thing. I think that Sean Payton is going to set Stidham up for success. Totally agree with that. However, we cannot not acknowledge that the running game leaves a lot to be desired, especially with Dobbins out.
Yeah,
And we also can't forget to mention their receivers are not that good. Sutton had like 4 drops this past game, and he's supposed to be their one. And when he plays like he knows how to play, he's fine. But they really don't have a lot of super threats on offense. Like their
yeah.
biggest threat was Bo Nix. Like Jarrett Stidham is going to be relying on the Troy Franklins and the Cortland Suttons of the world to go out and be reliable. And from what we've seen of Cortland Sutton, at least last week, he is not. He dropped like 4 balls. I was screaming at him the whole game.
And I don't think Sutton's gonna be anything of an option because Christian Gonzalez just gonna put him on an island.
I know. So you're going to have someone like Troy Franklin beat you to win. And I just don't foresee that happening.
Well, that's a fair point, but we'll discuss more of that in a later episode this week about the AFC NFC titles. This instead, let's talk about the game of the week: San Francisco traveling to Seattle. The game that ended after 7 seconds.
Game of the week, quote unquote.
The less said about this bad. The game and Seattle just needed to score in the opening kickoff, and that would be enough. I guess that's not much to say except for you're facing San Francisco's third and fourth strings. You're not gonna like. I'm happy they made it. San Francisco got the most out of their team this year. I
That's true.
That's a hand clap. That's like amazing.
hmm It was
Al-
impressive what Shanahan managed to do, and
Also,
Salah.
also, if I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'm looking at my team like you couldn't beat this team. Really?
Yep,
You're that
that's true.
dysfunctional.
I will
That
say though, they did have Kittle at least for part of the game
they
before
kept
he got hurt.
they kept like a not even
And
that full
McCaffrey
half.
wasn't hurt during that game. He was playing through a stinger in the second half in this one.
Yeah,
So, I mean, they were a little bit more at full strength, but not that much. I mean, they got one linebacker back on defense. I mean, it was essentially the same team.
yeah. So and yeah, the McCaffrey magic finally wore out. Who knew if you give the ball if you rely on a single player for 4 months and give him the over 400 carries throughout that time, he'll finally break down. That's
This
a
is my shocked face.
But yeah, Seattle just romped through San Francisco. It's a shame that San Francisco couldn't get moderately healthy, just any kind of health this year. move the practice facility, do it now. I don't even care. I don't even care if there's no science behind it. Just for good juju, just move the practice facility. There's not even much to say about Seattle. Seattle just dominated because Seattle's a dominant team. I'll say this: it's yeah, Seattle's a dominant team. The biggest thing about them, honestly, going this week is not having losing one of their best offensive players, Charbonnet, for the rest of the season. So, but Kenneth
Yeah, I
Walker's
mean, Kenneth Walker should probably be the running back one in
yeah,
that
he's
offense more frequently than he has been all year anyway.
so yeah. Moving
Yeah,
on.
not really much to discuss about this. I think of the four remaining teams that it is unarguable that Seattle is the best remaining, in my
Yeah.
opinion, both on offense and defense. I mean, everyone was like, "Uh-huh, Sam Darnold's gonna see ghosts." Yeah, Sam Darnold didn't see anything. All he saw was his receivers wide open.
Sam Donald's created Ghost. He was
Yeah,
he was off from people.
yeah. Yeah, there's really not much to say. I mean, like you said, Daniel, you really can't help but admire the 49ers' fortitude this season. I mean, the fact that they made it to the playoffs with as many injuries as they had, the fact that they had good offensive performances from backups like Mac Jones for a large portion of the season. I mean, they dealt with so many injuries, showed so much resolve, showed so much fortitude. I mean, I still think at this point Shanahan should probably win Coach of the Year for his effort. You knew it was going to run out eventually. I mean, eventually they were going to run into a buzzsaw like Seattle and just not be able to do anything. I mean, this game really didn't shock me. Did it shock you? Because if I remember correctly, didn't you pick the 49ers to win this game?
Oh no, no, I was 4-0 this week. That was not one
Oh,
of the
you
game.
did? Okay.
That was one of the
I was
game.
watching it. I was like, I can't remember if he picked them or not, but if he did, oof.
Yeah, but as you have a lot of catching up to do because the last game of the weekend, if the Bills Broncos weren't the number one game of the week, this was the number one game of the week.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a weird sandwich because we had the best like the first game and the last game were amazing, and the two other games were kind of just they existed. So this is
Yeah.
kind of a weird sandwich. But yeah, the Rams traveled to Chicago and the snowy Soldier Field and take an overtime victory. And what I have to describe is just if not a weird game, but a very Madden-like game of just like, let's just throw the football. Let's just throw the football hoop to wherever. I feel like Caleb Williams was doing for half this game. And
Yeah.
Stafford in his part had his friends share mistakes. I'll give Chicago actually did a good job defensively. And that was a big question.
They
Chicago,
played a lot better on defense than I expected.
which
I was very impressed.
now again, how much of that was the weather? How much of that this is Seattle, San Francisco. The Rams, the other team from
The
the West
Los
Coast,
Angeles Rams.
the other team in the NFC West I was playing, they're coming in from LA. They're coming into like a snow-filled 20-degree day, and just it clearly struggled. I'm going. I can't say this was just simply because that the weather had no part in the game. I think it clearly did, but still, I just felt like okay. I'll say okay before all this stuff, before all this. I think I put this in the group chat. After that crazy Caleb Williams touchdown pass to tie the game, did you think they should have gone for two? 'Cause I think that's the biggest
No.
question. That's the biggest question to me this weekend, and I think they should have.
I mean, it would have been very Ben Johnson of him to go for two. Me personally, I probably would have still kicked the field goal. Um, but there's an argument. I mean, they had momentum. They just
Yeah,
hit that crazy touchdown. I mean, they were right there. It's just, it's a coin flip. You don't get it, you're
you lose.
cooked.
Yeah, it's a
You get it, you probably win, but it wasn't guaranteed. I mean, there was still a little bit of time left. I mean, they probably wouldn't have been able to do anything. I think it
no.
was like 6 seconds or something. Um,
I think there's even more. I think it's like
yeah,
18 seconds. They still have a timeout, but that's still you will still have to get in field goal range in that
yeah.
weather.
But I mean, based on what Ben Johnson has been doing, the whole season and being aggressive like his predecessor, um, I was a little surprised that they didn't. But me personally, I think I still would have not because the defense had played well all game. I mean, it's not like the defense was giving up touchdown after touchdown after touchdown the whole game like normal. I mean, they had played good. Not Sam Darnold, Matt Stafford was getting sacked a lot. I mean, they had a lot of pressure on him. So, I mean, It was the one instance, probably one of the only ones this year for the Bears defense in which Ben Johnson was like, okay, I think my defense has got it. And in fairness, they did. They did do it. It was not them who blew the game. It was Mr. Caleb Williams who blew the game.
Mr.
But
Magic.
yeah, but I mean, retrospect is 2020, and Ben Johnson gave the ball to his defense and they did what they were supposed to do. So really, it didn't end up mattering because they stopped them. It just fell on the offense.
I'll say this. Not that it fell on the offense in terms of because Chicago. I'm not gonna say Caleb lost the game. I'm not gonna say Chicago's offense lost the game
Caleb
because
had 3 turnovers.
he did, but he also. I think that's what you accept for Caleb Williams, though. That there's gonna be times where
Three, though?
this was. Yeah, I think this
Three
was.
is a lot.
This was a. It was a lot, but I think when you deal with a quarterback like Caleb, a gunslinging quarterback, he's like a Josh Allen, a Patrick Mahomes, a
Oh
fraud
no,
like
I get it, but even those guys, if they turn it over, don't usually turn it over 3 times.
oh,
Like maybe once or twice, but over the course of their careers, it's usually not three.
I think you just take it along with you take it with the expectation because you can't have the crazy 4th and 9 Jordan play last week and then get mad when like he does a crazy he tries to chuck it deeper in overtime and it gets intercepted. But
I don't know. I feel like you can be mad because
you
if you
can't
see a guy with flashes who obviously, if he cuts down on his mistakes, they win this game. I mean, that's the
yeah
reality of it. You hold the Rams basically to 17 points for the entire game. Like your offense should be able to score more than 17 points. And it wasn't all on him, obviously. I mean, he had some spectacular throws where you're like, this guy's the best in the NFL. And then he misses a slant by like 5 yards, and you're like, this guy is the best in the NFL. So I'll
I'm
tell you what, if Caleb Williams can figure out how to be consistent and can cut his mistakes down to a minimal amount, maybe like 1 to 2 a game, I honestly think they would have won this game. Like that turnover at the end, they were once that happened, they were done. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe I don't know why I'm more disappointed with Allen than Caleb. Maybe because it's their first playoff run. Maybe it's
oh well,
because
I am too,
there's like a,
but
but I look at the Allen thing and said you even though you lost in the game, you were the best player maybe in football. You're the best player on your offense clearly, but you also clearly lost in the game.
oh, I agree.
When I look at Caleb, I said, did he really lose them the game, or did I just feel like this was such a great back and forth game that I don't know. Maybe because in my mind, in the moment, I still think the game should have ended in regulation. Guys, first of all, I thought they should have gone for two. I said, just end the game here. Like, if you win it, like, either you win, you lose, just go for two. Because I feel like you had the momentum on your side and all that
Yeah,
jazz.
there's a fair argument
But,
for it, but I mean, it's not
but,
like Caleb played his best game. He was under 50% completion as well. I mean, you
yeah,
make 10 more passes and you cut your interceptions down to 1, you win this game. I mean, I'm not even saying you have to be perfect,
just
but
better.
you cut that down, you improve 10%, you probably win this game.
I don't know. Maybe I was just happy that I went 4-0 this week. So maybe there's that.
That's probably a majoring contributing factor, obviously.
And maybe just the fact that
Can't relate.
we maybe yeah over 500 500 but no maybe it's the fact that we got essentially the two best teams I think in both conferences in the championship games
I
one
agree.
even though the fact that Knicks isn't playing that hurts but the Denver is still the number one seed. New England,
Man, I'm glad I'm not a Broncos fan, dude.
I still would
I
believe in
would
them.
just be just, dude. I'm just glad I'm not a Broncos fan.
There's always yeah, again there's always Jeff Hostetler, there's always Nick Foles, and it could be Jared still may join the rank.
It would be cool to see Sam Ellinger come in and win them a game, considering he was on the Colts for a while.
I don't know why they just don't sign Bill Rivers. Rivers tired, just like yo,
You know,
Andy,
I saw a meme about that. It was like Philip Rivers could do the funniest thing this season again.
just I'm sure there's some rules against you because I think Rivers is still
Probably.
technically still part of the Colts. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
he's put in his
He,
papers yet,
yeah.
but okay to get Eli Manning, get like
Be like, hey, Peyton, you
what?
free on Sunday?
Hey Peyton, want to add to your Denver Broncos legacy?
You free on Sunday, Peyton? No reason. Just,
Get Tom, no,
curious.
get Tom Brady. Just said Tom, you want to be the only Patriots quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Come on, it'll be
Hey Tom, you're been working out, right? You're probably still good to go, right?
Top eight becomes this is the dumbest
That would be
argument.
crazy.
This would be the funniest thing. And I think that's the only thing that he can do that would make New England hate him.
Oh, Matt Ryan just got hired for a front office role with the Falcons. Nah. Hey, Matt Ryan. Just
So,
wondering, you free on Sunday? Just curious. You got
oh,
anything going on? You interested in coming to Denver?
come on, Jared, put him on. Sit him, go out there and just show out.
Yeah, that would be awesome to see, honestly. If he just came out after not throwing the ball for like 3 years and just balled.
Just looks like Elway in his prime. And then of course you got the Rams in Seattle, which is the trifecta. Rams 1-1, Rams Seattle 1-1. Now
Yep.
we the last game of the week is gonna be that's gonna be such a good game. I can't
Man,
wait.
I've been picking the Rams pretty much this whole season as the best team.
It's gonna be close.
I don't think I can pick them this week.
Well, we'll see. Sorry, I'm about to six. Oh, I'm not. I lied to
Yeah,
you.
we'll get into it though. In the episode that drops on Thursday, we'll talk about our picks and some of our context and background around that. So make sure you
As,
guys tune in.
as well as some other stuff because the football world has been going crazy this wild card weekend, and after this is the season is coming to an end, Chelsea. It's almost over. And you know what? I'm gonna miss it. Even though both our teams actually gave us a lot of headaches, we're gonna miss it.
Yeah, that's how it always goes. We miss it, and then March Madness and baseball pick back up, and then it's like yay,
I'm still
and the
annoyed about Boba.
draft.
I'm still
Not
annoyed
that
about
the
Boba
draft
Shot.
matters for me. Draft doesn't make a difference for me. Not the first round this year. So I'll just be bored during the first round, I guess. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, draft matters for me. We got 12 picks in the draft technically in Pittsburgh. So,
Really, I
yeah,
forgot about that.
who knows what's going to happen? But you'll tune in more to Launch Coast Football to find out what happens. Chelsea, tell us where they can find us.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Tune back in on Thursday. In the meantime, check us out on our social medias. We are on TikTok, Discord, Facebook, and YouTube at Launch Codes Football. We're on Twitter at Launch Codes FB. If you guys are interested in joining our chat BCC group, definitely hit us up on our socials and let us know. And in the meantime, look out for our next episode on Thursday. I'm Chelsea,
I'm Daniel.
and we will see you next week. Go Hoosiers!
You'll see us in a few days, not next week.
I know, but the Hoosiers will have hopefully won by then.
Okay. Well, peace.
See you guys.